Made it to Ontario, got my hair cut, and I got the twos in training video done with Curtis. We're off to take back the rental car. As you can see, this will be one of our rides. I suspect Amy's going to spend more time in this than I will. But this is the car that I was trading my car in for. A little bigger, a little more roomy for the kids in the summer. It's the same kind of car that Amy has. GMC, what's it called?
Chevy Traverse.
Chevy Traverse, sorry. Hers is a 2023, I believe.
I thought it was a 2.
No, I think it's a 3. And mine's this one here is a 2025. So Amy will likely drive this one more. So a very productive day so far, obviously. We got the car traded in now. They still have to deal with the insurance of the other one for many of you that maybe weren't paying attention or didn't see it. Amy, luckily everybody was all right, but Amy was involved in a car accident on Friday. She was in heavy traffic and a car hit her from behind. A truck hit her from behind and rode off the Cadillac, my car, Cadillac. So there was so many miles on the Cadillac. Trading it in for this would have meant they had to roll money in, right? I still owed money on the car and whatnot. And I guess, truthfully speaking, the accident actually saved us some money. So, I mean, who says you can't put a price on your family safety? GMC did. So that's exactly how that happened. We're also in heavy traffic right now as we go to Ollie's baseball game. So all jokes aside, the family was all right. Everybody was okay. So that's all that's important. Cars, the doggy's fine. Cars are replaceable, and your family obviously is not. So very thankful that everybody was okay. So this is one of the new rides anyway. Amy's other car is the other one. Both are fine. I'm happy driving either. Both are good vehicles. And Ollie approved of this one, of course, although he did not get straight A's in school. That was the deal. He was going to get straight A's and pick the car.
The good thing is that I did get over 3 GPA.
You did. You're doing better. You're doing better, and I did force your hand because of the accident. So this was the one that we came up with, and I'm not a big vehicle guy. I mean, I could literally drive anything as long as it's comfortable, because as you know, I spend a lot of time in the car. But as long as it's comfortable, I'm fine.
And it has Super Cruise.
And it has Super Cruise, Ollie. That's right. Good boy. So, our own day today, Ava and I left at 7:30, I think, in the morning. We get over here, got everything done on our way to Ollie's baseball game. Now, I originally had planned to go directly to Pennsylvania, Ohio, right after the game. Just a big circle and make it back home and be home by 1:30. But there was a little miscommunication. Amy thought that we would take this time to take back the rental car, which we're on our way to do right now, and continue on the game. Then I would stay overnight here. Now, as it turns out, that wouldn't have been a good plan had there been 3 or 4 qualifiers, but there's 12. There's 12 qualifiers tomorrow. We're only in schoolers. So as long as I leave by 7 o'clock-ish, 6:45, I think we'll plan to pull anchor, 6:45. So as long as we leave around that time, there won't be any problem getting to the Meadows on time. And then as soon as the schoolers are over, we're done for the day. There's only 5 schoolers tomorrow. I'm going to go with Jailbird Jog, Perfect Thought, and who's the other one? Diosa Della Danza. Jason Merriman, who shipped the horses over this afternoon, thank you for the help. He is going to go with Highest Honors and Go Strong Hanover. 2 horses he's gone with plenty this winter, so it'll work out really good in that regard. So we'll get all 5 schooled, and then my day is over. Nothing to do on Tuesday. We have some horses racing tonight. Tyler Angus is going to drive them, Blue Ventura, and Admiral Dio. You know, I felt bad. I sent him a big long thing. I said, I'm really sorry for the long note. Admiral Dio, it's not going to help anybody to take him back. So go on out of there with him. And if you happen to land somewhere close, I wouldn't be first over. You know, just sit. Try and get paid into the 7 or 8 hole or 6 hole, whatever he's got, would be good. And then with Blue Ventura, a little rolly in the straightaways, I would follow the 3 horse out. he can do whatever you want. I wouldn't be caught on the front or first over early with him. Otherwise, he can do whatever you like. So that is the plan for tonight. Now, hopefully, I wanted to condense that a little bit, because the last thing you want to do is confuse somebody with a bunch of instructions on the horses. My one takeaway for these two horses was Admiral Dio is not a great horse. He's a good horse. He's not a great horse. He's in a spot where if you take him back, he's going to be no good. You're going to have to go out of there with him. And Blue Ventura, quite the opposite. You can get away 5th or 6th with Blue Ventura. Just try not to be first over. Cover him up, and then when you come out of the turns, just be aware he is going to get a little rolly. Just keep the whip on his tail, growl at him, he'll go forward. And hopefully we have some luck tonight with those two horses. Now, nothing tomorrow anywhere that I'm aware of. We have lots of racing on Wednesday, lots of racing on Thursday. I'm going to have to go to the Poconos on Sunday. Ava and I, was it on my iPad? Your calendar. Let's build your calendar out. Let's finish doing that. Ava and I have been working on a calendar for the McDonald family. We have June completed. We're halfway through July. Now that you might say, oh, we're close to being done. There's literally like 7,000 races in July for our horses. So the ones that I'm entering into the McDonald family calendar are the ones that I may have to go race. And that way we can step back, look at the calendar and say, okay, here's a 3-day gap where we can go do something together. Here's a weekend. Here's somewhere we can do something together. And that's the best we can do right now for the months of June and July. That's important because Ava goes back to school mid-August. Every year she goes to Old Home Week. Does not look like she's going to get to Old Home Week this year. Maybe you can go for the middle of summer. You can go down for July, maybe. Lobster Carnival. I told everybody, and that's big news today. I'm going to reach out to our clients and let them know Save America is heading down to PEI a little early. And we're going to have some people saying, well, we're giving up on a lot of purse money up here. Well, Lobster Carnival, as I know, goes for $50,000 this year. That's in Summerside. The stipulations of that race is you have to race twice in the Maritimes, I believe. I don't think it's just PEI, twice in the Maritimes to be able to race in the Lobster Carnival in the Governor's Plate at the end of Lobster Carnival. I keep saying Lobster Carnival, you may not know what that is. It's like the Old Home Week of Summerside PEI. So two ends of the island. I guess now Charlottetown's more in the middle. And Summerside is up where you come off the bridge. That's the Summerside area. So, like, for the most part. Now, when you factor in the Gold Cup goes for 100, the Governor's Plate goes for 50. There's a race in Truro. There's another race in between, and then a number of opens against 8 or 9 weeks of racing for 10 to 20,000 US. It's extremely comparable. And the racing, aside from the Gold Cup, is going to be a little diminished. That's not to take anything away from the horses in PEI. They're good right now. But Save America is a very, very good horse also in his own right. So I think that makes the most sense to do. What else today? Looks like money did not get in. We're going to enter him for Friday. If he does not get in, if the class does not go, I'm surprised. They had 8 last week. If the class doesn't go this week, then I think we just scrap the week and say we're going to give him a week off. We could take him to the Poconos and race him in the Open. They went 51 and a piece in Philadelphia, I was told last week. There's not a necessity to take him to the Poconos. It's not like he's been off 2 weeks. I think that we just stay the course. Just give him a week. If he doesn't get in, if he does, it'll be a short field again. So that is looks like money. We have the 5 horses schooling tomorrow. Also, Ollie's baseball game tonight. I don't believe we have anything else. I feel I'm missing something, but I don't know what it would be. So, number of horses training tomorrow. Number of horses training Tuesday. Blue Rare and Save America is going to be heading to PEI, but Blue Rare and Save America will both be going north. Save America is in Wednesday at Scioto. That will be his last trip in the last race in the U.S. for a couple of months. Perfectly fine. Blue Rare will come over here. My plan is to get them both over here Thursday, possibly. And Blue Rare will qualify Friday morning at Mohawk. There's no rush, so if that's not completely possible, no problem. I'll just qualify her at the Meadows next Tuesday, where we have a number of horses qualifying. The number's quietly growing. I think it's up near 14, 15 right now. We'll see if we can keep it a little more manageable after tomorrow, but that will depend on how the horses school. I'm just trying to think of who The horses that are here tomorrow, can any of them stay at the Meadows tomorrow? Quite possibly. I don't see why Go Strong Hanover can't. And since all 5 of them are qualifying next week, I guess theoretically all 5 could. And the reason I say that is because we have a limited ability to take a number of horses over 5 at a time in our trailer. Maybe we can borrow a trailer, get another 6 over. That's 11. If we left some of the horses here, that would make it a clean sweep for next week. So that's it. Not a whole lot more to talk about. I knew I forgot something. The sale. The sale was today. I know I'm going to get a couple of emails from people thinking that Rose Run Alexandra would bring more money than she did. I thought 21 plus her win. The reality of the situation is, okay, where do I race her in Northfield or in Ohio if we bring her back home? She's not good enough doing the Buckeyes, right? She's just not. That's the reality of the situation. There's no argument there. She's certainly not a stake filly. She's out of the non-winners 2 claimer now. She has to move up into the non-winners 4 class. Can she do there? She's going to have to find a second to do that. She possibly could. But, you know, you give us the 4,000 on the weekend and the 21 today, 25 isn't a horrible number for Rose Run Alexandra, all things considered, as we sit here in June. This isn't a September conversation with broodmare season coming. I'm well aware that there's some residual broodmare value there, but that's not 2025. That's in 2026. And unless my math is wrong, there's a full 6 months to 2026. So, Never Lose Felix, I pretty much told all my partners we're going to get 14 or so for him. I thought 14 was a fair number for him. Realistically, at one point, if I would have kept him for anything less than 14. And at one point when he was at like 12.5, I thought to myself, you know, I'm just gonna send him out to the field and let him eat grass until he gains 100 pounds and bring him back in. He's a big, tall, lanky colt. He's got to get better. That's what I'm going to do. I didn't have to. So we sold him for 14, and then Mounts for All, I ran him up to 35. I told everybody I thought we'd get 29 or 30. 35, truthfully speaking, I think is an extremely fair number. Again, if we look at the big scope of things, I know Marcia wanted to keep him and send him to Minnesota. I know some people said he can. I know we can do in that class in Scioto, but I can only go on the information I have. He didn't win the class below the one he fits now in Scioto. Why would I think he can explode forward and somehow take on the world and win the class above it? And if he did get good, he can only win it for 3 starts and then he's out of there. So really what I was gambling was either sending him away, racing him over where he couldn't do, hoping he could, and then if he could, in 3 more starts, do it all over again because he's now out of that class. I just thought that $35,000 for that particular horse was more than a fair amount of money. So certainly not disappointed. I guess when you break it down, fair market on all the horses. I think we got more than fair money for Mounts for All. We got probably the fair end of a buyer's price for Rose Run Alexandra, and we got fair market for Never Lose Felix. No complaints. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I did put a couple of feelers out today too. Obviously, with the talk of Save America going to PEI, our maritime owners and a couple of other people have said, do you have an appetite to buy another horse for down there this summer? The answer is simply is yes. I thought we had 2. One of them got injured, and unfortunately he's not going to be available. The other horse, time is on my side. I really thought, I was concerned. I didn't know if he'd be able to do in that 4-year-old graduate class. It's pretty clear that he has got a very bright future in front of him for us, and he can do there. So to ship him all the way to PEI in the middle of August would be, I think, to take nothing away from the race, but a standalone race in Eastern Canada that takes a lot out of shipping, takes a lot out of the horse, to race a horse that doesn't do his best work on a half-mile track and can very well fit in the added stake money events that we haven't paid into in the United States and in Canada, and then the Breeders' Crown on the horizon, well, that would just be silly, wouldn't it? So we have Save America heading to PEI, and I am on the lookout for another horse for the Gold Cup and Saucer, and we likely will fill that. I am also on the lookout for a trotter. I guess I don't have to look for an open trotter for a half-mile track anymore. Spitfire somehow decided he was going to be a half-mile track horse from now on. So good for him. That's a great fit for us and a great fit for him. And then looks like money at the Meadows. Yo Mister's doing great things there. If we could get our hands on a couple of legitimate Mohawk horses, that would be good. And we'll talk more about overnights, purchasing those overnights as we get into the fall. I can't believe I just said the fall. As we get into the fall, and potentially claiming some horses also. That's later. For right now, the focus for the stable, for us, for me, for you, is going to be, first and foremost, our babies that are starting to qualify this Friday. Can you imagine that? This Friday, Tuesday after, and then on the 22nd, we turn everybody loose at Northfield Park. There'll be a few stragglers. Neuromancer's not going to be ready right away. Sterling Hanover's not going to be ready right away. They'll be ready. They're going to get there. They're just not going to be ready right away. So that is what's going on today. You get a quick look at the new vehicle of the stable.ca, so to speak, one of them. This is the younger version, the newer version of what Amy drives and what I'll be driving back to Pennsylvania and Ohio tonight. But for right now, drives nice. The whole 30 minutes I've been in it drives pretty nice. So take care, everybody. It is a beautiful day. It is a gorgeous weather. It's going to be a great night for baseball. Hey, you get the knots out of those laces right now. Now, a great night for baseball, and hopefully just a great night all around. Good luck to all my partners tonight. I will talk to you all tomorrow.